So I got a Facebook group called Soncerae Videos. And somebody asked me in there, what was the reason why black men have given up on black women? And I thought that was a very interesting thing, being as though they were asking me that. Out of all of the things that I got to say about black men in my videos, I mean, it's ironic that they're asking me this. I think black men kind of start shying away from African American women a long time ago. This didn't just start recently. You know, I remember when I was in school and all of the boys always liked the light-skinned girls or the girls that were African American. I grew up in Washington, D.C., and of course that is a multicultural place. So it's people of all races. I mean, Armenian, Arabian, Chinese, Japanese, Filipino. We have all races, okay? And most of the boys, the black boys inside of my school, like the light-skinned girls, the girls that was half Indian, the girls that was mixed, that was Blasian, you know, black and Asian. Those were the girls that the guys liked. Those are the girls that the guys chased. So it's all about the standard of beauty, what people believe is beautiful. And people want to say the division between African American men and African American women started back in slavery days, but you know, it could be a mental thing. It could be a deep-rooted problem that has black men going after women who aren't black. I mean, initially I believe it was because of the way that the physical appearance was of women who were mixed race or were African American. You know what I mean? Because, you know, I guess they didn't have access to these kinds of women long time ago. You know what I mean? And then once they started being able to have access to exotic women, they started making these choices. But I do start to see African American men going outside of their race more and more as time goes by. And now I'm happy to say that African American women are starting to be a little bit more receptive to dating outside of their race, because black women, we're just having a difficult time not being with black men. You know, that's like, we don't want to do that. We don't want to go outside of our race. I was sitting at Dave & Buster's the other day, and I was on a date with a guy, yes, a black guy, and a couple sat next to me, and it was a white guy with a black woman. And the guy says to me, I hate seeing that. I think it's corny. I think biracial relationships are corny. And I'm like, how is a biracial relationship corny? Like, why do you think that? And he was just talking about how awkward it looked to him. And I was like, think about it like this. My dog Buttons, everybody's seen my dog Buttons if they've been watching my videos. He's a Shih Tzu mixed with a Yorkie, okay? And of course he turned out really, really cute, okay? But if you were to mix a Yorkie with a pit bull, you'd be kind of confused about what it would look like. And that's the point he was trying to make. And I asked him, I said, well, when's the last time you seen an ugly, I mean despicable looking mixed person? Like, I don't think it's a lot of ugly mixed people out there. 9 times out of 10, mixed people are very attractive. It's hard for me to think off the top of my head a mixed person that's ugly. Like, I can't even think of anybody. Like, and I've been thinking about this since the day, and the day was on Sunday, and here it is Wednesday, and I still haven't figured out an ugly mixed person yet. So, I mean, the features of a white person with a black person, or an Asian person with a black person, or a Puerto Rican person with a black person, you know, mixing those features actually look kind of beautiful to me. But I think a lot of the reasons why people choose to mix their races because they want pretty ass kids. They want kids with beautiful hair, you know. Like, some people are that shallow. They want fair skinned kids, they want pretty haired kids, and you know that's some people, you know. But I think African American women are just now starting to like give up on black men, and they're starting to look outside their race. And black people altogether have these interesting mentalities anyway, and they tend to be very, very negative. And when you're dating outside of your culture, you start to see that people outside your culture aren't really like that. They aren't really holding these like monkeys on their back. And I've noticed with just dating people outside of my culture, they're a lot kinder and easier to deal with. So I think, you know, a lot of black men have chose to date outside the race because a lot of black women are very, very difficult to deal with, or black men aren't capable of dealing with the strength that a lot of black women have. Like, a lot of people consider me a strong woman. They use the term strong woman to describe me as an individual, and I try to explain to people, you know, if you knew me really well, like if you know me for as long as, let's say my daughter's father's known me, he's known me for about almost 20 years, so he knows me really well. So strong woman wouldn't be a choice of vocabulary he would use when he would be describing me. So a lot of black men don't know how to deal with the strong woman. They don't know how to deal with the woman that they feel isn't submissive. And I tell men all the time who tell me when they first meet me I'm not submissive, I say, you know, submission is a gift. That's something I give my man. That's not something I'm just going to give to some random stranger I just met off the street. Like yesterday, you just asked me for my phone number, and now we known each other 24 hours and you're expecting me to give you the world. And you know, black men tend to expect that initially, and I'm not sure if women outside of our culture do that or give them these privileges just off the strength that they are interested in a guy. Like, I could be interested in a guy and he could be the wrong guy, so I don't necessarily give him submission and all of my kindness and all of my trust. You know, we can have a good time and laugh because I'm a goofy person, but I'm not gonna be all generous and, you know, just giving my all to some guy that I just met. You know, a lot of black men are expecting a lot more initially. And as a black woman, when there's so many bad black men out there, so many, like, it's good guys out there, don't get it twisted, there's a lot of good men out there, but there are so many bad black men out there, it's like hard to find a decent, good black man. And I'm pretty sure that's the same thing that's happening with black women, you know, because I hear the stories that these black women be saying. You'd be surprised at the advice that these black women be giving me. Me and about 6 of my friends went out to dinner one time, and I was telling them about how I like this guy and I didn't know whether I wanted to give it up to him, yada yada yada. And she says to me, girl, go ahead and fuck him. You ain't gotta know him that long, you know, go ahead and give him the pussy. It's just sex to them anyway. You might as well just go ahead and fuck him. Wow. Oh baby, you can look to your left and see how you got me all the way fucked up. And in the same conversation, another girl's talking about her man and how she's cheating on him with another man because the other man got more money than her man, and she taking money from that man, giving it to her other man who she kind of love and don't know if she want to be with. I just need y'all to understand that this is a recipe for snapped. Yeah. I think the majority of women in this country that are black, if you ask them why black men have given up on them, they won't have an answer, not even close, similar to mine. But normally they think it was because these men are visual creatures and they're looking for beauty. They're not necessarily looking for women who would, you know, are good suitors. They're looking at the beauty. They want beautiful kids. They want the long hair and the light skin. And you know, everybody's standard of beauty is different inside of this country, but normally the standard of beauty inside of America is what we've been seeing on the television, and what we've been seeing majority of our lives inside of this country has been white people and fair skin.